So what's one vegetable that you think can be a game changer for your skin?
I would say carrots. They're such a humble little vegetable, but they contain a lot of carotenoids, and carotenoids are what give carrots their orange pigment. And when we consume them, we actually store those carotenoids underneath our skin. So when we consume them regularly, studies have shown they actually give our skin a bit of a healthy glow and even like a little bit of a tan. So for someone like me who's very pale, having a lot of carotenoids in my diet at least gives me a little extra healthy boost and a healthy glow.
Okay, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
And I saw you posted something about being able to reverse gray hair through your food. How is that possible?
It's mind-blowing. So science tells us that stress causes gray hair. We know that's one of the common causes of gray hair. And there have been clinical trials that showed reducing stress can actually turn your hair back to its natural color, okay, which is mind-blowing. But one area that I think is fascinating to look at is that there are certain nutrient deficiencies also associated with graying hair. It's a lot of the minerals. And so if we have nutrient deficiencies or mineral deficiencies and we add them back into the diet, we can actually start to reverse gray hair.
Oh, wow. So what would that be like? I mean, to dumb it down.
So zinc. So zinc is a really important one. Copper.
How would you add that through your food?
Through your food. So zinc, pumpkin seeds are a really good source of zinc.
Okay.
Oysters as well. Iron is in a variety of foods and plant-based foods. It will be in like your beans and lentils and things. Yeah. And you always want to, when you're having plant-based sources of iron, you always want to include something that has vitamin C. So maybe tomatoes or bell peppers or lemon juice, because that helps to increase your absorption of it. And so that is why, again, it's really important to have a very varied diet and be eating from all the different food groups. Your vegetables, your nuts, your seeds, your whole grains, everything. We need a little bit of everything.
So Maria, you just had a baby. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And because I know you've just gone through the pregnancy, I've just been through 2 myself. I know that the stretch marks is a skin concern that comes up. How did you combat that? How did you deal with the stretch marks? Do you have any, by the way?
I don't, actually.
Okay.
I had a lot of issues, but that wasn't one of them.
Oh, okay.
So with the stretch marks, I think making sure that you're having enough collagen-rich foods or foods that help support your collagen is really important as your skin is growing and then returning back to size. So that could be things like bone broth, or, if you're vegetarian, then making sure you're eating a lot of protein-rich foods and a lot of vitamin C-rich foods so that your body can, make its own collagen. So some examples of vegetarian foods would be your beans and your lentils. Those are really important. And you can pair them with rice, for example, a whole grain, to get that complete protein. Tofu is another really good one that's actually great for skin. Those are probably some of your best sources.
And what about your delivery? Was there anything that helped you, through your labor and through your delivery?
So I did a few things. I actually had a really fast delivery for a first-time mom. I don't know how long was your first delivery?
It was an emergency C-section.
Oh, okay.
So don't ask.
Okay, sorry.
But very quick.
Yeah, okay.
Very quick. That was the one.
So yours might have been quicker than mine then.
Yeah.
So mine was, I think, about 7 hours. Yeah, which is, I think, about a third of the time. Usually a first-time mom is like 21 hours or 24 hours, something like that. And so anyway, I ate a lot of dates beforehand. So eating dates daily in your end of your 3rd trimester is supposed to be helpful. I also had red raspberry leaf tea, which is supposed to be helpful, and I drank that through the last trimester. I think actually the dates helped the most. And that is something that a friend of mine here in Dubai, who's from Saudi, she's the one who actually recommended me to do this, because this is something that's apparently
quite popular.
Quite popular, yes. And so she's the one that advised me to have dates, and I think it's like 7 dates, 6 or 7 dates, something like that.
In a day?
In a day, yeah.
Oh, what?
And it's just the last, I think, 4 weeks or so. And there are studies that looked at this and found that women who ate dates daily, they had faster, quicker labors, and they were more, they dilated more quickly.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, that actually blew my mind. I can't believe 6 to 7 a day.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Maria, what's your take on hyaluronic acid? It's quite the it ingredient. It's something I've spoken about also a lot on my platforms.
Yeah, I think it depends. You want to make sure when you're using hyaluronic acid that you have water on your face first, so you could spray it first with water or like a hydrosol, and then put the serum on. Or you need to make sure that your serum has water, because if you just put hyaluronic acid on your face, it can be pulling the water from the deeper layers of your skin and end up in the long term not being great for you. So it is really important that when you're using it, there is water on your skin first.
Or could actually be damaging.
Exactly.
So, Maria, it's been said that sunscreen needs to be worn indoors, outdoors, everywhere, all day. What's your take on that?
I don't think we need it inside necessarily. I know this is controversial, but we need the sun. We need vitamin D. The way that our body gets vitamin D is when our skin is exposed to the sun. So I don't think that we need to avoid the sun 110%. Of course, we want to be smart about it. We don't want to just go roast ourselves and burn to a crisp in the sun, but I do think we need some sun exposure. So I think early morning and like late evening, it's good to expose your skin to the sun without sunscreen necessarily. And I do think it's really important that we eat foods that are protecting our skin from the inside. So, for
Okay.
example, tomatoes, they contain something called lycopene. And this is an antioxidant that could actually, when consumed daily, regularly for a period of like, I think a couple of months, it actually starts to build up protection in your skin. Same with carotenoids that come from the orange fruits and veggies. These build up under our skin and do offer some level of sun protection. Again, this doesn't mean that you can go, roast out there for 10 hours a day, but it is helping to support your skin's ability to
So,
withstand the sun.
tomato is almost like a natural sunscreen.